What up, kings and queens? Today, we are talking about the conscious compass. What's that? Stay locked right here and find out. What up, family? It's your favorite coach, Javon Wooden from Live Not Loathe. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel at Live Not Loathe. Follow me on IG and Facebook at Live Not Loathe. I'm dropping videos every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and every Sunday at noon Eastern Time for can't miss content on how you can obtain your purposeful and fulfilling life. The conscious compass is the voice you hear when you know something would be an opportunity for growth, but you're hesitant. It tells you to take action. You may pause, you may think about it twice, you may sleep on it. This is a point of reflection that could drastically change your life. For instance, should you move to that new city you've never visited? Should you take that promotion that brings more responsibility? Should you start a business? Points of significant change bring about the conscious compass. It happens at other times too. Questions you really have to answer honestly arise. Are you ready for what's next? Are you prepared to become a new, more responsible person? A person who doesn't settle? Or will you continue making those same decisions holding you back from being better? If you find yourself saying yes to things you know are actually holding you back, you're not listening to that compass because it only guides you correctly. I want y'all to reflect on this for a moment. How many times in the past month have you avoided following the direction of your compass? What was the outcome? I avoided listening to mine a few weeks ago and my energy was all off. I did not enjoy the mental space I was in. When I thought about it later, I feel it's because I'm officially out of that chapter in my story where I'm out partying like I was. I talked about writing your own story a few videos back, and like I said then, you're constantly editing that story to make it what you want it to be. So I now know I want mine to be more growing and less partying and other activities that aren't conducive to my growth at this stage in life. Now don't get me wrong. I love a good night out with some good drinks, some good people, and good music, but I'm not on that club scene anymore. 30 plus know what I mean. That recovery ain't as quick as it used to be. Damn! This conscious compass guides us at all times in our lives. You know when you need to be doing something and you keep avoiding it. It'll keep nagging you. You can't sleep. You can't stop thinking about it. Pay attention to that growth opportunity. What could be the outcome of taking action on it? What's the level of effort it will take to achieve it? You'd be surprised by what answers come back to you. I do the same exercise when an idea comes to me. In fact, I did it when I thought about opening this coaching practice. I initially started it in 2017 while I was deployed to Afghanistan. Some events occurred and it really took me off track to the point where I needed to get right. In between 2017 and January of this year, when I finally opened Live Not Loathe up, my conscious compass was going crazy. It kept telling me that I didn't need to be perfect to just take action. If I took action, that it would all work out. The thing about this compass is it only works for you if you believe in the direction it's pointing to. I didn't believe it, and I suffered because I didn't let it guide me. I went into the worst depression I've ever dealt with. And I've had some pretty severe bouts with it. The PTSD was kicking my ass too. I swear to you, I would have so many sleepless nights where the nightmares would just jar me awake. In the midst of all this, my older sister actually got into a severe car accident that could have taken her life, so you can imagine the emotional state I was in. But I finally decided to listen to my conscious compass because nothing else was working to get me out of this emotional black hole. I was literally in a state where I would drink myself to blackouts and not remember what I said or did. I mistreated good people anytime they would get close to me. All because I wasn't listening to this voice that kept telling me to change what I was doing. It's important to note that I was going to therapy and at the time I was taking Zoloft for my depression and PTSD, which really meant I shouldn't have been drinking like I had. At that time, I was on the verge of alcohol dependency And I didn't want to admit that. At my sister's house, I had a bottle next to the couch I was sleeping on as a way to cope with everything. I tell you now, that is the wrong answer. Negative coping mechanisms do not work. You just end up in a worse situation. That's why I always make a point to now tell my clients to find healthy ways to cope with overwhelm. And on the positive side, even with celebrating. You want to celebrate in a positive manner too. Now, thankfully, about 8 months later, my sister has made just about a full recovery. I'm running my coaching practice and I feel better than I ever had. You struggle more than you need to when you avoid things. Avoiding your pain, avoiding your purpose, avoiding the work that needs to be done. Avoidance just kicks the can down the road. You gotta listen to that voice because there's only so many times that compass is going to call and guide you. Listen to it. You know it's leading you to do what you need to be doing. It takes real work to get to the point where you can trust your own conscience though. It's taken me 20 plus years to trust mine. And even I still have to constantly do the mindset work to stay on a positive path. My compass guided me to turn these experiences and lessons that I just told you about into what you see here today. My coaching practice was born from my adversity. You can do the same. You can turn your pain into positivity, but it takes a lot of work. Are you ready to do what it takes? If this one resonated with you, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share. Y'all know the routine. Until next time, kings and queens, peace.